What is going on, guys? Hope everyone's doing well. Things are really crazy right now, but I figured we would still go ahead and do the monthly breakdown for mining profits, or in most cases, the lack thereof, for the co-owned rigs that we have here. And there's multiple owners of the rigs. We mine CCX. We have been mining CCX since March of last year, and every month we kind of break down what we're doing. We don't swap to a different coin every month or anything like that, although we could, but we've just stayed on CCX this whole time, pretty much the whole time. And yeah, so let's check it out, see where we're at this particular month. Not great. Be right back. Yeah, so mining profits are down. Everybody kind of knows that. Anybody who's in the space kind of knows. If you go over to what to mine, you can see that this is one of the rigs here. Dagobah is one of the rigs, and pretty much, you got nice hash with a little bit of a profit after 10 cents or 11 cents per kilowatt hour is what I pay for electricity. So I'm on that, almost average, national average, but not really. It's a little bit above, so it really plays with the profits a lot. You got folks that have 6 cents or 7 cents per kilowatt hour, and actually, if you look at the bill, if you look at my electric bill, it says per kilowatt hour is 0.6998, right? So at first glance, that's awesome. It's like, oh wow, I'm less than 7 cents. That's great. I can be profitable in most cases. But no, because after the taxes and the fees and all that stuff get added on top of it, it basically comes out to 11 cents per kilowatt hour. I've done the math. I've worked it out. Dividing everything up with I've done the math on the bill to figure out that that's really what you're paying per kilowatt hour where I'm at. So it's not great, but if there's any profitability, or if there's any coin that's kind of going up, like we saw a couple weeks ago, you had Ethereum Classic, Ethereum, they were doing well in those months, or in that 1 month, or in that 1 week or two, however long it wasn't that long. We could have switched the rig over to that and actually had a little bit of profit. But it is what it is. We make it easy, leave it on one project the whole month. And originally what we were going to do, we were going to create a unique asset on the Conceal.Network for each GPU, and I might still do this, and issue that unique asset to each owner of that GPU. Because basically the way these rigs work is me and one other person and I own the peripherals, and then we own some, like the motherboard, not peripherals, but the supporting components like the motherboard, CPU, RAM, power supply, all that stuff. We own that, and then individuals bought, plus we bought some GPUs as well. So basically it's like a hosting situation where a person bought a GPU, we throw it in the rig, and that's the way it kind of works. And you can kind of see that on the way it's broken down on ownership percentage. You got Dagobah, that's just the name of the rig, and you can see how it's broken down as far as who owns what as far as percentage goes. You can also see the value that they put in, right? So this was a $2,800 rig, basically, Dagobah, and you can see the hardware right here. These two are basically identical. You've got Mustafar and Dagobah, named after Star Wars planets, because I'm a Star Wars fan and all that stuff. So, but basically they're both identical as far as all the, you got the same motherboard, same memory, same CPU, all that. And then the only difference is really the GPUs themselves. So you can see this one, Mustafar has the Phantom Gaming X GPUs, and Dagobah has the Aorus Gigabyte Aorus Radeon RX 580s. They're both RX 580 rigs, but we're kind of stuck right now with, you know, kind of low profits, but we are still mining CCX. That's our thing, and each month we break this down. So I showed you the hardware, I showed you what to mine. Let me just kind of go through my checklist here, make sure I'm covering everything. Oh, we also need to find out what CCX is doing today. We did start off the day, as far as the market goes, pretty well, but you can see that we're kind of red now. I've got the red light on behind me. It is kind of, actually no, we just flipped green, but this is compared to 24 hours ago. Earlier today, I want to say earlier today we were at like 68 or something. So it might have actually got higher than that. I don't know for sure. I wasn't watching it all, you know, that close all day, but I seem to recall it being something like 68. Anyway, so let's check out Conceal, see what they are up to. So they are all the way down to 5 cents, under 5 cents, up just a tad today. Yeah, not good. But they are micro cap, I think is what they're called, because I mean they're way less than even $1 million market cap total. Volume's only 58,000. You know, it's a small project, but we support them. It's kind of an altruistic thing right now, where we're just leaving the rigs on there just to support the project and, you know, hope for the best in the future, I guess. So. Hey, what's up, Yashnik, Chancoin, Gundies, David, Llama, Techman, John? What is going on, man? And Matthew Lane, and Red Panda, and Mike. What is up, guys? Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Just kind of goofing around a little bit. It is Crypto Fireball Friday, so I'm 2 fire teas in. I mix Fireball with sweet tea. In this case, it's 0 calorie sweet tea. It's a weird thing that we have where I'm from here, but it's pretty good. It's a good little mixed drink. Goes down easy and all that stuff. So pretty cool. Hope everybody's staying safe with the coronavirus. Probably there's a lot of you that are probably locked down in some capacity at least. I know I'm really careful with where I go and who I hang out with and stuff like that. Really just going back and forth to work at this point. Not socializing at all. So yeah, hope you guys are staying safe out there. This is such a crazy time, man. I mean, this is really crazy, but we'll get through it. It's not that, you know, hopefully not the end of the world. No, it's not the end of the world, guys. This is you know, I don't know. There's a lot of conspiracy theories and stuff like that. You know, it is what it is. It's a virus. It's affecting a lot of people, but hopefully we were in the U.S. anyway. Hopefully we were kind of ahead of it as far as getting everybody locked down and not moving and socializing. That hopefully, you know, they talk about flattening the curve, and I can see how that's true with regards to medical professionals, right? Because you can't have a huge spike in cases and needing to you know, put those people in the hospital and care for them. If you don't do anything, then you would have a huge spike, and what you are trying to do is over time, you know, lessen the number of patients over a period of time. So, you know, it is what it is. We just have to buckle down and do what we got to do. All right, so almost got off on a tangent there. But basically every month we break down what we did the previous month, and I have to admit that the rigs are currently off, but they're only off because I am doing Reconfig. Okay, so talked about this on streams a couple of times this week, I believe, and we actually broke one of the rigs down. It's still apart because I just haven't gotten to it yet. So that's why the rigs are off. They would be on otherwise. Plus, I did turn them off even before the breakdown for maybe like 1 or 2 days because of the heat. So they were inside, and where I'm at, it was getting hot. So I was like, they got to go. So that kind of prompted me to do the breakdown and consolidate. I'm going to put, instead of an 8 GPU mining rig frame from Beta, I'm going to use a 6 GPU frame for 8 GPUs. I got to drill holes in that support bar so that I can fit all the GPUs on there, but it should be a lot more condensed. Hopefully it doesn't affect the temperatures that much. The GPUs are going to be just a tad bit closer together, but it won't be that bad. I've actually put 11 GPUs on a 6 GPU frame before. I did a video on it actually, and the temperatures were not bad. But whenever you're mining CryptoNote coins like we mine, you know, you can kind of get away with some, you know, closeness of the GPUs and not that great of airflow because it's a lower power consumption algorithm. So it worked out pretty well, and yeah, so hopefully it works with this as well. Yeah, right on, Yashnik. Be compassionate, you know, think about other people. You know, one of the crazy things that happening is the whole hoarding of toilet paper. It's just, you could ask any one of those people, okay, so why are you hoarding toilet paper? And they would not be able to answer you, right? Because it's ridiculous. But anyway, so there's going to be a huge fallout. There's going to be huge rates of unemployment. And I think I tweeted something about this today, about how companies, this is going to be huge, guys. We're going to have significant unemployment because there will be companies that not only are not doing really well because the economy itself, but you know, with the lack of customers or whatever the business is, right? It could shut its doors, you know. And if they do, if it is something where the employees could potentially work from home, like a telework, it might be discovered through what's the word? Golly, what's the word I'm looking for? I hate when I do this on live stream. Not efficiency, but like when you're producing something. Yep, I'm going to lose it. Let me take another drink. Let me think about this for a second. Productivity. Yeah, good grief. Okay, so the teleworkers' productivity, it might be discovered that it might be more while they're teleworking than when they were at the office, which kind of tells the company that they weren't being productive. So that, you know, you're going to have, that's exactly it. Yeah, productivity. So they're probably going to have you know, layoffs because of that. They're going to discover things, right? You know, businesses are going to buckle down. They're going to be looking at efficiencies. They're going to be trying to figure out how they can survive, right? So that's just part of it. So it's going to be, yeah, this is a multi-year thing. In my opinion, this is multi-year, but hopefully it's shorter, but I don't see how it could be, because the ripple effect of this whole thing is going to go on for quite some time. But hopefully we get a handle on it. Let's get back to what we were talking about. That's all depressing stuff. I don't want to talk about that. Although it's real, you know, it's a real thing. So, all right, so the rigs are off, and you can see, you know, what they were getting as far as hash rate. You got 12.62 for Dagobah, 13.59K for Mustafar, and you know, you can kind of verify the configuration over here with what I showed earlier. You can see it's actually been off for 4 days total, yeah. So, and you'll see that whenever I get to the power consumption for the month and all that stuff. So, all right. So these are the two rigs. I keep them on simple mining. Some people are like, dude, why do you have these rigs on simple mining? Why are they not on hash rate OS or Hive, right? Well, I started with simple mining. It was like the first operating system I used whenever I started mining, but I also keep them over there because I can do content on simple mining easier if there's a rig over there, right? And not only that, but it keeps them separated from my personally owned rigs a little bit easier. Totally different operating system. Keeps me active on simple mining, at least to some degree. Although they've updated it a lot and there's a lot of new features and stuff, but it at least keeps me, you know, up on that specific OS. And then, you know, if I have hash rate OS, I tell you what, I haven't logged into Hive in forever. Like, it's been a really long time because my other 2 rigs are on hash rate OS. So it's really been a long time since I've logged into Hive. I don't have anything on Hive right now, so only simple mining and hash rate OS. Okay, so that's the rigs. Let's look at the profitability stuff here. So you can see if I scroll up here, this is like what has happened in the past. You know, we've really only had a few months after I switched to this spreadsheet, because anything before July of last year, I was doing it a different way. We were doing it a different way, even though I think we were still mining CCX from March of last year. So it's missing some data on this particular spreadsheet because I didn't have this spreadsheet whenever I first started doing this type of breakdown. So, but you can see I have reimbursed myself all the way down through November of last year for the power, because every month we're basically in the red on profitability. So in other words, we spend more on electricity than we do on than the value of what we mine. And I like Hive OS. Don't get me wrong. I just don't have anything on it right now. Yeah, Hive's okay. I like hash rate OS a little bit better, but that's just me. All right. So what time is DCA? Gundy's Stuff and Things. What time is DCA coming on? Probably 10:30, I think, or is it 10? Let me know. Anyway, I'll get going here. I know I'm kind of talking about other stuff, but all right. So yeah, we've been unprofitable for quite some time. We have locked up some coins. We can look at that once we get over there. But yeah, this is basically what's going on. Haven't reimbursed for this because there's not enough, you know, mined coins in order to reimburse. So we just kind of have to wait to mine up those coins to reimburse for electric cost. So right now we're operating typically at about $1 a day in the negative, in the red, right? So I've talked about this a bunch on the stream, especially with mining CCX. Again, it is at this point, I used to call it like a favor because it kind of is, right? At this point, it's altruistic. It's like, hey, I want to continue to mine this project. I believe in the project. I think they're going to do great things. I think that the value is going to go up in the future, and I want to support the network. So I'm going to absorb some of the cost of the electric so that we can support the project and keep it up and running, and, you know, increase the hash rate, which increases security to some degree. You can debate that all day long, but, you know, to some degree, added hash rate is a little bit more secure. So there you go. So that's what we're doing. And the way I look at it at this point, it's not so bad that it would make more sense for me to just buy the coins each day, or, you know, dollar cost average each day or each month or whatever, to buy the coins. Yes, I would have more coins, but then there's that altruistic factor. There's also my time, right? Because if I did break it down every day and have to actually buy the coins that we would have mined, and then add on top of that the electric cost, so technically mining or buying, you know, and you can look right here on the spreadsheet, basically it would be buying, you know, let's just call it 600, okay? So buying 600 CCX per day, right, off of an exchange, off of Trade Ogre or whatever. Is it worth more than $1 of my time to do that? right? So in other words, my time is worth more than that. It would probably take me 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, depending on how things work, for me to do that every day. So is my time worth more than $1 for that time that it would take to actually make that purchase? And it is. So in my opinion, it is. So that's why I say that doing it this way is fine. You know, we're hoping for those, you know, the moonshot like we got last year. This project CCX went from, I think they were hanging around 5 or 6 cents last June. I think it was around June, and they shot up to 86 cents. That's you know, like a 9x. No, it was basically a 10x depending on where you got in at, in a really short amount of time. And then just over a period of time, they're back down to, you know, under 5 cents. So, you know, guys, it is what it is. You just have to work through it, you know. All right, so let's. I'm going to scroll up here, and just so that we have only what we are looking at today on the screen. So let's look at Dagobah. So you can see we're still mining CCX. CCX, like I said, the amount mined in 30 days. So if we go over here to the, oh yeah, I forgot to mention this, the wallets. So I have a wallet for each rig, right? So each rig mines to its own wallet. And then there's a combined wallet where we send the mined coins once we do this breakdown, once we do this, you know, review basically, then we send all those coins to the main wallet, right? So there's basically 3 wallets for this particular setup that we're doing. And Red Panda, did you send me? You might have sent it. I did see something from you. Hang on a second. No, I haven't mentioned it yet. Give me just a second here. Let me make sure I have it. And I didn't advertise it, so if it's possible, I would like to actually wait and maybe do that. Maybe we can do that tomorrow, because I didn't advertise it at all. You know, I think maybe if we did a little bit of you know, tweeting, and maybe DCA maybe can mention it on their stream, we can get, you know, more people for the giveaway. Or maybe I can do it Monday or something. Yeah, it does look like it's in here now. So I do have 2 ETH to give away. And let's talk about it, Red Panda, and find out what the intent is. You know, I know I think you were doing like 0.4 for each person or each winner, or 0.2 or something like that. So let's talk about that a little bit, and we'll figure it out. But yeah, it looks like I'll be doing a Ethereum giveaway maybe after Red Panda's 12 o'clock stream. Are you going to be going over the mining rig showcase, community mining rigs showcase? Maybe after that we can do a stream and do a giveaway. I don't know, we'll figure it out. But yes, I do have the 2 ETH, Red Panda. Appreciate it. All right, so back to this stuff here. All right, so we need to find out how much Dagobah mined in the month. So each month we mine to a specific wallet, to its own wallet, and then we so that way it's real simple to figure out how much was mined in that month, as long as we do it on the right day, which is the 20th. On the 20th of each month is whenever we break this down, and you can see that on the spreadsheet back here. So I mean, sometimes it'll be the 19th, sometimes it'll be the 21st, but right around the 20th is whenever we break this down. So let me get into the Dagobah wallet here. Can't let you hackers see my password, like the length or anything, right? That's part of the OPSEC there. All right, so this rig, it looks like it mined. Oh, you know what? It's still doing. I did an optimization, so it's still kind of going through that. But if we add 252.39, Math Wizards, what is that? 291. 291, I think, right? 252 plus 39. Sounds good. 291. So 291 is what this rig mined in the month, which if you compare it to previous months, you can see it's a lot less because obviously the rig was off for a little bit. And then the value of CCX right now is, what did we say it was? Do a refresh here. Just under 10 cents or 5 cents. You see last month it was almost 10 cents. All right, so we mined only $14 worth. Ouch. All right, so let's look at what our kilowatt usage was for the month, or electric usage. And what was I going to show? I was going to show something here. Hang on. Oh, the type of. So I use a smart plug. It's a H110. Let me see if I can find it over here. Not H110. Just a second. Now, I don't buy it at Kohl's. This is just what came up. But this is what I use to, it's a Wi-Fi smart plug, and it monitors your power usage for the month. So it works out really well, you know, for this particular situation where we have co-owned rigs and we need to know how much power each one uses. So they each have their own smart plug, and that way it's all separated out and good to go. So this is let's see more down here. HS100 is the model number, if you're interested in something like that. I think I want to say Amazon has them for cheaper than this, but you can head over there and check it out. Just look up TP-Link H110 or HS100. I keep saying H110 because that's the motherboard, the ASRock motherboard. HS100, and yeah, it's cool stuff. It's a good device for this particular situation. And then it's got the app that looks like this. Let me go back one here, so you can see here. That's what the app looks like, and then you click on, we're on Dagobah, so I'll click on that, and then down here it's got a energy pie piece. You see it down there in the bottom right hand corner. So you click that, and then you can see how much hardy har there on the total consumption for the month. So this month it was 420. You can see right here it says total consumption. Right here it says past 30 days. This would show the current power draw if it was on, right? But the rig is off, so it's 0. Daily average. It's got, you know, some cool stats on here, but this is how we do it. We look at this and then go from there, right? So that's how we document the whole thing. Mike, I have read that you can use it on 220. And I've also, another thing, I want to say, was it Crypto Nuffy? I think I want to say that he burned one of them up, but I don't think it was because of, it might have been because of the power draw through it. Like mine are at 800 watts, right? That's basically what these two rigs do, 8 to 850, right? Which is, not that bad, right? If you're throwing like 1300, 1400 through it, you're probably going to mess it up. Maybe, I don't know, but I mean, I've done it on a temporary basis, you know, throwing that much through it. But I've had them, this is going on I'm going on the second year, and I have not had one go bad, and they have worked flawlessly, knock on wood, the whole time. So, you know, every now and then something will interfere with the Wi-Fi signal every now and then, and you know, you'll go into the app and then it won't be listed, right? And then you kind of have to like figure it out, like, hey, what's going on? Sometimes it's the app, sometimes it's just something interfering with the Wi-Fi. So usually it comes back, you know, in a little bit. But you can see here I actually have four rigs on it. So each one of these has their own smart plug, right? Each one of these 4 rigs. So, all right, so we're at 420. Right, it's the amps is what kills it. Most likely, for sure, yeah. I think, but like I said, it on the website, I believe it says only 110, but I've read where there were people using it on 220. I personally have not used it on 220, so I can't confirm or deny, but I did read that someone was. So, all right, so let's get 420 in there. Cost per kilowatt hour is 11 cents. So the total electric cost was $46 for the month. That would mean we would need $942 to pay for the electric costs at this, you know, value right here, and that's why these numbers are so significantly different, right? Because the value of the coin has gone down so much since last month. And there you go. So we basically are in the negative about $31 or $32 on this rig. Again, $1 a day. Is it worth my time to go through the effort of yeah, I don't have any Alderaan, not yet. Yeah, so is it worth that effort? Not to me, right? I'm just going to keep on cooking just like this, and we'll be fine. All right, so $291. I gotta wait on this to. I had to optimize the wallet, so that's why it's kind of goofy looking like this with pending and all that. Whenever you optimize, it basically sends out the coins from your wallet to yourself, so that it can consolidate everything down into one transaction. At least that's the way I understand it. So I just gotta wait on it to do that, and once that's done, I'll be sending that $291 from here to the main wallet, right? And I'll document that over here so that, you know, well, not actually, it won't be over here, but so that we'll be able to easily figure that out. Whether or not let's see. Trying to think of where I would put that. I guess I could make a note over there about whether or not I send it to the main wallet. I mean, you can just open up the wallet and you can kind of see it, so it's not a big deal. But so let's go into the other wallet, Mustafar. Alright, so here is the Mustafar wallet, and it's already optimized and everything. And this rig was, I think that this rig was actually on one or 2 days that the other rig wasn't. So that's why it's quite a bit different. But this rig actually does do a little bit better profit-wise than Dagobah. So we're going to go 321 here. We'll leave the excess for transaction fees and whatnot. So we'll say 321. Copy this value per coin here. So it was 1574 worth of CCX, and then on the electric cost, or the electric, go to Mustafar. So this one was 401. You see that right here, 30-day consumption. It says 30 days right there. You might not be able to see that, it's a little grainy, it looks like on picture over here. It might be good on the actual stream, but yeah, you can see where it says past 30 days. Right here is the value, so it's 401. That means that electric costs $44 and 900 coins to make up that cost. So we lost 28 technically in the red, 28 on that particular rig. And listen, it's not fun, right, to mine at a loss, but I think that there's great things to come for this particular project. I think mining in general hopefully will turn around a little bit, and these projects that are, you know, constantly working in the background and doing hopefully doing great things, hopefully they'll shine whenever things turn around, you know. But like I was mentioning earlier, we're in for really tough times financially, you know, economically and stuff. So this is like probably, you know, I've seen some people talking about it being worse than 2008. If y'all were around back then, I'm sure you were. But 2008 was awful. It was really bad, really dark time, really gloomy, really bad time for the economy. And this is probably going to be worse. And in some ways it already is, right? With the amount of debt, the amount that the government is spending. So, you know, all we got to do is, yeah, it's just keep our head up, keep working, keep doing what we have to do, you know. It's not fun mining at a loss, but sometimes you have to do it. So yeah, this is Google Sheets. I like Google Sheets. It's pretty nice because everything's like all online and stuff. But yeah, Open Office is fine too. Let's see, what else can we look at real quick here? What I didn't really go over was the pool. So the pool I'm using, did they? Yeah, don't scare you. Did anybody say what time DCA was going? Oh, they're going live at 10. Okay, so they're probably already over there. All right, so I'll just end it right there. That's fine. I was just going to kind of go through the pool, you know, what pool I'm using. And I think I did this last month too. I can't even remember which pool we're on. Let's see here. We are on Hero Miners still. And I think what I'll do, because I wanted to do a little test, and I actually only wanted to do it for a month, and it looks like I ended up actually doing it for 2 months. So after the stream's over, I will switch it back to the official pool, the Conceal.Network official pool, because there was a little bit of a situation where I felt like we were doing better profits on Hero Miners, and it might not be true, right? So and it's so hard to determine because you got network difficulty and all the other things, you know, going on. So it's tough, but I'll probably, because I want to support the project, I will probably move these rigs back to the official pool after the stream is over, and then so that, you know, we can get a whole month on the official pool too. So all right, let's head over to, let's see what DCA. I need to get them on my little list here. DCA crypto. I have them, probably have them over here. Yeah, they're there. Ooh, they're there right there. All right, so they're live. Head over there to their channel and check them out. We'll be going, you know, for I don't know how long they go for, but it's going to be a while probably. But whenever you get over there, make sure you do the Savage Raid hashtag so that they know that you came from here. But they talk about all kinds of stuff over there. So let's see, what do they talk? Is Bitcoin going to quarantine itself on the moon? Okay. All right, so that should be fun. Go over there, hang out, and I'll see you guys over there. Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out and all that stuff. Stay savage, everybody. Keep your head up. Stay safe. Don't do anything stupid. Don't socialize. You know, don't handshake. You know, use the elbows, or just don't even do anything. I see people in social gatherings right now, not gatherings, but even like friends like on the street or whatever, you know, out in the middle of the field, they don't even shake hands anymore or anything. You know, it's just like, you know, I've seen a couple of fist bumps, which is kind of odd, but whatever. You know, maybe an elbow or hip check or something. I don't know. Do whatever, but yeah, no handshaking. See you guys later. Stay savage, everybody.